Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I conduct work life video interviews with career professionals that become an all intuitive conversation. Aloha, and welcome to another episode of All Intuitive Conversation. I connect with my guests through Sekhem energy, all in the hopes to encourage everyone to live smart and ascend to new levels of success in their work and life. Today, I have the pleasure of connecting with Dr. Janelle. So let's bring her to the screen. Aloha, Dr. Janelle.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm pretty well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it is a pleasure. So you and I have never met before, other than when we just
Mhm.
kind of just logged on and make sure your audio was connecting. And so um, I'll have the pleasure of getting to know you during this time frame. So tell me, where are you calling from?
I am from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, born and raised?
Yes, born and raised. Ready to go, but born and raised.
Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, already flipping over. So born and raised. So have you gone anywhere else outside of Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah, I absolutely love to travel. Where to go, like where I would love to go is like the Caribbean and somewhere down south because I want to be a little warmer. So those are like my dream goals.
Okay, so down south, the next came up with this queen,
Oh,
and she's sitting on this beach, with this ocean, just kind of looking out for that. So
yes.
okay, that's awesome. So how long have you had that desire to move?
Um, I probably want to say at least 25 years to have a desire to like really live on a beach or something. It became probably like 10 years, it became one of the things I really wanted to do. So now it's like playing it on my like vision boards and stuff like that. So 10 years has been a thing that I'm like, I'm really ready to go and
Mm-hmm.
be sitting at the beach.
Okay. So what's kind of been like delaying that move for you?
So it's probably financially. Like currently I'm a licensed clinical therapist in Ohio and
Mhm.
I'm not licensed, it's jurisdiction based, so it's state based, so I'm only licensed here. I have a business, but I would like to have more clients in my business and hopefully, earn money and get more speaking engagements. So I wouldn't feel comfortable moving until that income is steady. So that's kind of what I've been waiting for to actually dive into moving somewhere.
Okay. So what I love is that you're being open and honest and just doing the real talk of, having more clients financially, making that move. So speaking engagements and having more of those, I did notice that you're a TED Talk speaker.
hmm
So tell me about your speech. What did you talk about?
So my TEDx speech was about overcoming adversity. So it was entitled "The Seed of Adversity" because I went through, we all have a lot of things in my life. And for me, I didn't want to use it as a crutch. I didn't want to use those things that I went through as a crutch to hold me back. I have learned how to navigate those things and actually to create like businesses and different type of products and services to kind of help me succeed. So, just helping other people to identify their seeds of adversity and turn it into something greater.
Hmm. Interesting. Because the other card that had came out was this gentleman in this mirror.
Oh.
Looking at, and what it says on here is conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. So the drama that you were kind of talking about that you stood up for, what was it about that that you didn't want to use that as a crutch? Because what would make people think that drama would be a crutch or the situation that you went through?
A lot of the situations that I went through, like losing two people to murder, being a teenage mom, difficulties in relationships, and just overcoming like learning disabilities and things like that. So for me, it was like, growing up impoverished in poverty, not in a great
Hmm.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, those are things that kept people down.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
People in those situations statistically, it's like, how do they get out? And I just didn't want to be another statistic. So that was something that I kind of worked hard on to kind of navigate, try to figure out my own life and to bring, more clarity and peace is the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing for me into my life.
Okay. Loving that because, like I said, the very last thing on that card said very ambitious people. But then the next card that came out has a theme of confidence. And it
Mm,
says the trigger would be, I can't do that. But the true
mm.
statement says, I am a light, which is what this gentleman is kind of holding up
Oh,
the flame of
wow.
the mirror and looking like, you know what, I'm a light. And it says, step forward and be the the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts.
Wow.
So, sounds like that's what you're kind of doing. You're just going
Yeah.
forward. But I want to get specific with you.
Hmm.
When you say the words gift and you think about Janelle, how would you describe the gift that you're putting out there
Hmm.
to others?
Yeah, I feel like the gift that I'm giving is probably healing
Hmm.
to the world. Like, one of the things I love to do is really help people just to identify different things in their lives. And a lot of it is past traumas, hurts, pains, and things like that. And if I can help people to heal from those things, I feel like it will kind of remove some blocks that's causing them not to be their best self. So healing is probably the biggest gift I see myself with.
Hmm. Okay. So, right in line with that, because when you go back to this queen, I hadn't read
Mm,
yet what was on this card, but the line that it has on here says, caring for others, but forgetting to take care
mm,
of yourself. So, you're in line with that. So it goes in line with what's the last thing you just did for Janelle? Because many times when we are helping and healing other people, we can get lost in that. So tell me about something that you did that was just for you.
Wow, the last time I think I did something was September. I went to Florida, you know, um,
Beach stuff,
beach.
scene,
Um,
uh-huh.
yeah, that's my escape because I pour out so much in like every aspect. Like, I'm a therapist, I'm a coach, so it's like a lot of pouring out. I don't think I take care of myself enough, which is one of the reasons why I would love to move down by the beach because it's where I feel rejuvenated.
Okay. Just want you to know next card that had came out talked about that was real estate
Ooh,
and a house and a
oh,
woman. And what that says to me is move.
ooh,
Like
yeah.
new place with that. But it's something that you said very true is that when we are helping and caring for individuals, especially in this work that you're talking about in coaching, is that it's very easy to always think about family, friends, clients, and others and not rejuvenating ourselves. So you took that trip in September. That's great. What else could you do? Because if you're saying, like I said, it's been doing real talk, like 10 years and 25 years that you've had this dream for a very long time, how can you make sure that you are not continue to put yourself like on the back burner, but you rejuvenate yourself more often? What
Mm.
what have you been thinking about that maybe okay, I get it, you're not ready to make the move yet. But what's the thing recently that you've been thinking about that you're like, I want to do this?
Probably traveling. The biggest thing is, honestly, if I'm honest, because I'm have to be
Yep.
honest,
Mhm.
I would love to reduce the amount of time that I'm like exerting myself, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is where I would love my business to come into play, to, create the income that I need to spend less time. I love counseling, but I love doing those things, but having ways where I'm not doing that 20 hours a week,
Yep.
25 hours a week, and I'm spending less time doing that and more time kind of just like doing the things that I love.
Okay. So what is it that you think will help you to be able to reduce that time? What has come to your mind of is it charging more per client? Is it what is
It's
it?
getting more speaking engagements, paid speaking engagements. I had this idea to do something for business women where it's like, you know how like we have this phrase that's like busy, booked and busy. And I was like, I don't want to be booked and busy. I want to be like balanced, right? So then I had this idea of creating like a retreat for women who are in business where, we are learning how to, take our business to the next level. But then we're also learning how to balance, especially coming from the mental health field, because we do, put ourselves on the back burner. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that would be a great idea to have this retreat, where we can really sit and get down to business, but also take time to kind of like balance our lives as well, where we're not feeling overwhelmed.
Yep. So you've been sitting down, thinking, you've been meditating on this. Okay. So what's the step
Yeah.
that
Okay.
you can do to have a retreat? What do you need to do to
So,
get that going?
so I have a PR person. So I say, hey, I got this idea. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're kind of implementing strategy around it to maybe find a location. Because I don't want it here. It's kind of flat here. Find a location. I told her all the resources that I already saw, in this vision, like how I want to package it and things like that. And then recruiting to have people come into the retreat,
Okay. Is it going to be somewhere near the beach?
preferably.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, because I'm hearing that this is something that you enjoy. So, of course, I would think that would be the
Yes.
place that you would do that. Okay. So, beach. What else? Is it a big group? Is it a small group?
It's like a small group. I probably want like maybe 10 women initially. So this is kind of the initial part. So initially I probably want like 10 women in it.
Okay. What are those women saying today that they would be? I need to go to Dr. Janell's retreat.
That's good. Some of the things I hear them saying, they're exhausted. They're trying to run their business. They're trying to figure all this stuff out. They're not for sure what to do, where to go, or like, I have multiple things that I'm doing, and I'm like, where is my time? So it's really
Yes.
taking that time to also rejuvenate, to get poured back into,
Hmm.
to get restored and refreshed.
Yep. So the theme here was breathe. Trigger statement
Mm.
says, I can't breathe.
Ooh,
True statements. I'm open up to possibilities. You are ready to let go of the suffering so that you can take in new possibilities. Release so you can receive. Um, so okay, so these are the things that she's saying. What month ideally would you like to have your retreat?
um, August or September, or do I choose one?
Which one?
I think September.
September?
Hmm.
Okay. So September. So you got about 10 women. It's somewhere beach area. Okay. Um, what else?
For the retreat,
Hmm.
I would love to have like a chef there.
Yes.
Again, to pour back into the women. I would love to do meditation. It's like like some things like that to kind of help them. Yep. To
Hmm.
focus, to learn how to really take care of themselves. Mindfulness training, maybe like some yoga or something to kind of help them to kind of relax. I definitely want to, help them with their business plan too,
Hmm.
but learn how to not become overwhelmed with that. So maybe have like another speaker or someone to kind of help them like really time out or organize, time manage their lives as well.
Yes. Okay. Question is, do you trust that you can receive this vision
I
retreat?
struggle with that.
Okay. So tell me about Dr. Janelle at the age of 11.
Hmm. So at the age of 11, I was living in the projects of Columbus, Ohio. And I'm the youngest of six kids. My mom had me when she was 45, right? So I'm the youngest. In the home,
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of abuse, substance abuse, where there's a lot of alcohol, drugs, and grew up in a crack epidemic. So I'm seeing all this going on.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very low self-esteem because I really wasn't affirmed growing up. So
Mm-hmm.
low self-esteem. I had lost my father and my sister to domestic
Hmm.
violence, like I said before, by the age of 4. So fatherless. Um, and just trying to looking at them though and being like, this is not the life that I don't want this life, but not knowing what that meant and how to get to where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Um, that is a lot. And like I said, you've talked about that that story as you shared that with the TED Talk. Question that's coming up. Have you forgiven?
Hmm. I feel like there's some things that I've been thinking I forgive or have forgiven, and it'll be things that was reminding me like, ish.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Um, to continue, it's been encouraging to to continue to release
Mm.
that, even though it is part of your story. Like you said, it's not holding you back.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can go forward, but then sometimes what can happen is that we feel as though we don't deserve
Yep.
better,
Yeah.
and or it has to be a struggle, because
Mm-hmm.
then we get into I gotta, I gotta do this, I gotta be in control, I have to depend on me.
Yeah.
And what is coming up is trust. And the
Mm-hmm.
concept says the trigger is, what if something happens?
Mm-hmm.
True statement is, I take my hands off the wheel. Says you're not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy the adventure.
Wow.
The other thing is um your solar plexus. Like there's like yellow right in the center here, which is dealing with our confidence and everything that we're
Mm-hmm.
kind of going through. And a lot of times we can overdo that because we're just working, building, having confidence. And I'm sensing from you like the confidence doing my business. I can coach this, I can have this, but at the same time, just giving yourself grace, asking for
Mm-hmm.
help when it's needed, and then just taking a seat. Like
Mm-hmm.
really owning and um embracing that. So with that, how does that sit with you?
Like it all is ringing, it's all resonating because I'm like that. Like, do I deserve, deep down inside, like, do I really deserve this? And then when I get it, it's like I'll be trying to sabotage it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then it'd be like, do I really deserve it? And then the confidence piece, or I'll try to figure it out all by myself.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All
Hmm.
right. So I was like, what is the goddess that could kind of come in and help and encourage and you got Aunt
Mm.
Nancy. And this
Huh.
is what it comes up, and this is what it says about here. On the bottom, it says betrayal. And this is what
Mm.
it says. Aunt Nancy, she's in the temple of the shadows, the element of air. Anisi or Kawa Anisi, the arcane trickster god and sacred clown, snuck into our global folk tales. Why Gully Geechee children heard tales of Aunt Nancy, the tricky spider woman, my Ganesi parents entertained us with Nancy stories about a twitty teen spider.
Mm.
It says her guidance. Who really betrayed you? Betrayal from others mirror your betraying yourself. Embodiment.
Mm.
Betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust. Back here, the
Mhm.
theme of trust. But without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens, trigger here says, what if something happens? She's saying,
Mhm.
no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real
Mm.
question, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself?
Mm.
Goddess declaration. I am willing to know the truth.
Mm,
And so it's the encouragement like of just trust in yourself, trust that, when you make this move, that this is what you're going to do. You
mhm,
know, delaying, like I can hear financial, I get that part of it, but it's like you're being supported. Like here's
mm,
like you're meditating the things that you want. You have enough things that could go on outside of us, right? But
mhm,
it's like avoid sabotaging yourself and trust that you are enough, that you can go off and live to the beach. And you know what? Leave behind a whole confusion of life. Trust that, yeah, my client, I don't have to work 20 hours a week and struggle and all of that. Like, I can have this retreat. I could be at the beach, and this is what I want, and this is how it's going to flow to me. So it's like you can receive all of that because you are worthy and you're enough. And your Aunt
mm.
Nancy
I love this.
says that you can have
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really like I'm telling you, it's resonating. I know I said that because it's just like
Hmm.
I'll ask like what is holding me back? Like what is kind of blocking me and stopping me? And it's like these things like, do you really believe you deserve it?
You do.
That's
You're
good.
worthy, and you don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight
Mm-mm.
at all.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I love this.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for connecting with me. I do hope that you are encouraged to live smart and ascend to new levels of success. And so, for those women that are like, "Yep, I want to be on your waiting list when you have this retreat," how can
Yes.
people reach you?
You can reach me. I love this. I love that idea. So let me just say that, like,
Yes.
okay. So you can reach me. I am on Instagram under Janelle Jones Empowers. Also, my email is support@Janelle Jones Empowers. So if you're willing and willing, you can reach me that way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being open to having an all intuitive conversation with me, Dr. Janelle. I appreciate it. And thank
Thank
you for
you.
those that are watching. If you're interested in being a guest, visit allintuitiveconversation.com. Until we meet again, this has been an all intuitive conversation.